up, everybody? It is Noah, your host of the Blackout podcast, and I am here with Brooklyn Fenton, graduating senior, screenwriting major, and also the CEO of the Late Bloomers Network. Brooklyn, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I love the topic we're going to talk about today.
I know. So today, we are talking about a Substack article that I saw and I thought was very, very interesting and very relevant to a lot of conversations around media, young adult media, and young adult television, like what we are consuming at this age.
Yeah.
The article is by Slinky Femme, and the title of it was "Shows That Humanize the Black Community Don't Work." Mm-hmm. And she basically was talking about different shows that highlight Black young people in these spaces that are affluent, that are multi-dimensional, that are showcasing Black life in these ways that aren't just one way. It's not showing Black people and young Black people as a monolith.
Yeah.
But they don't get picked up. Those shows don't end up getting picked up. Mm-hmm. But then you have shows like Baddies that are on their, sixth season? And so one of the things that I thought about was, I think we as Black people like the idea of putting money towards ideas of advancement, putting eyes towards ideas of advancement, looking at us in different ways and making sure we're not a monolith. Right. But when it gets time to do that, we really don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
Going to go towards things that are chaotic, things that don't make us look like we're multidimensional, and things that keep us very stagnant. And I just wanted to bring you here to kind of
discuss.
Yeah.
So, of course, with situations like this, I don't think they're ever going to be resolved or have a solution. I think it'll always turn into something else. But then there's so many levels with this because there's already problems with film in general when it comes to Gen Z media.
Yeah.
Gen Z media is already a topic of there's not any accuracy of it. We have some that's there, but it's always in strife of things that have nothing to do with actually going on in Gen Z. It overlooks what we have been through. Like, Gen Z went through a whole pandemic. Like, their thing is growing up in historical change since they've been born. But when you watch Gen Z media, no one talks about anything political, anything around the pandemic, things that happened in real life. Yeah. And they want to avoid that because if you've noticed with just film politics, and going forward, everyone just should be aware that politics isn't everything. So if you ever hear anyone say like, I don't talk politics, they're a liar. Because if they talk about sports, that's sports politics.
It is.
They talk about social media, they talk about baddies, that is cultural politics a lot of the times. Because when you watch baddies, that's just about culture, Black culture at that. And then sometimes it's not only of Black culture, it's just a sub part of Black culture, and it's being profited on. And even, I'm gonna go into tinfoil hat right now.
Okay.
So baddies, compared to general media, one thing we can give a little bit of benefit of the doubt, and not in a good way, it's not good whatsoever, but it is independently owned by a family. However, they're funded. Tinfoil, allegedly, don't sue us, don't sue me.
Right.
Because of Lemmy's family.
Yes.
And his father. Right. And his ties to politics in Israel. And like everything ends with politics. They're funded by that stuff. And then on top of that, how he's made his mogul from just the first seasons of Baddies West. Because when Zeus first came out, I'm not gonna lie, I did pay my little $5 for like 2 months.
And that's what I'm saying. We're having this conversation.
It was good at one point.
Yeah, we're having this conversation from like we don't watch reality TV. We grew up.
Black culture was reality TV. Like anyone that will say it's not is a liar and has not done their proper research. Because if you think of reality TV in its prime, which was during the first writer's strike in 2007, reality TV was booming because there's no writers for reality TV.
Yeah.
So
Love and Hip Hop, and then Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Flavor of Love,
OG Bad Girls Club. But we will put our money and viewership towards things that make us look an absolute fool.
Yeah.
And she made a TikTok about this too, and I'll be
the same writer.
Yeah. The same writer made a TikTok about this as well.
Okay.
The Black community is scared to see the Black community win. Recently, I wrote a Substack article on why shows that uplift the Black community will never win, or more specifically, why Baddies worked and Summer House Martha's Vineyard and Sweet Life on HBO did not. Before anyone gets it misconstrued, I am not critiquing Baddies as a person who's never watched it. I've watched every season and every episode from each season. My last video, I was just talking about Summer House and being a black person watching Summer House and noticing the tropes basically of the black people that are on Summer House, and it made me realize every single time black people get their own entire show, like those shows like Summer House, and I want to more specifically say young black adults, because there are more older franchises that are full of black people, but that young adult era just doesn't seem to work. And the only place it works is on baddies for some reason. Which made me realize that the young black adult does not want to see black succession in a way that does not look like an entertaining way. To further along, we don't want to humanize black people. If I'm just going to say it straight up, straightforward, the concept of black people being these multi-dimensional human beings is not as interesting as us being these caricatures of human beings. We'd much rather see gladiator wars, pop the balloon challenges, all these things than we'd like to see us as doctors, lawyers, people who can have a good time with each other and then still have very humanizing stories. I don't even say this as somebody who does not like drama. I love drama. I love reality. When I'm watching Summer House, when I'm watching Summer House Martha's Vineyard, when I'm watching Sweet Life, I'm watching it for the drama. But while I can watch it for the drama, I can also understand what is at the center of it, which is succession and black succession. The scariest part about baddies is what's at the center of it is just our pure entertainment. They're succeeding, but at what cost? It's almost like a death sentence for them. Once you get on the baddies franchise, the first and last thing you're gonna do is baddies. Breaking out of the reality TV show mode in itself is already so hard, but with baddies, it's almost like you're breaking out of jail, then going to probation, then doing something else, and then you only have those oddballs like the celebrities who come in and out, like Sukiyana or the Scotties of the world who find the founder and now you have a baby with him, so now you know you're set for life. But these other women are almost always putting their lives on the line so that they can continue this concept of being a baddie or getting rich. It's almost like get rich or die trying. Baddies are our new rappers, the same way baby mamas are our new rappers, the same way streamers are our new rappers. They sit at the forefront of the black community. They sit at the forefront of what's hip, what's new, what's the easiest way to get into our community. The rise of artists like Sexy Red, and I rep Sexy Red all day because I'm from St. Louis, so there's just a familiarity there. I am understanding that what we see as black succession is going to look so differently when we see artists like that make it to the top. Shows like Boondocks didn't exist for no reason. They showcase what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like to be in the center of pop culture, and back in the day, that was even crazy. So to see it now, Boondocks would be blowing up right now. To know that you can actively watch a show where women have no storyline, nothing that backs their livelihood, no humanization, just fighting for what cause, what thing, you don't know, you just are entertained by it. But after you're entertained, guess what? They take these project babies and put them on a plastered lifestyle. You immediately see them in new cars, new shoes, new clothes. So in your eyes, it's like, if all I have to do is fight to get this lifestyle, I'll do it. The same way, if all I have to do is be a baby mother to get this lifestyle, I'll do it. Making a mockery of ourselves has always been the white man's entertainment, but now we've taken it to an entirely new extreme where black succession in one standing point always just looks like a generalization of capitalism. But all black succession shouldn't look like we're either elitist or we're hood babies from the ghetto. There's no middle, and I realize that a lot of the times this capitalistic mindset has convinced us that there's no middle ground because both sides are fed by capitalists. Like, I mean, call a spade, we all want to get rich, but the concept shouldn't be that you have to die for it. Imagine if your 4-year-old sister or your 10-year-old little brother is watching baddies and they think that this is the norm, that then sets these new goals of normalcy and then sets these new goals of, oh, if I just fight girls, that's how I'll get success. And then it raises crime rates and it raises all these things where they're already put on us. Why live in these things that exist to perpetuate literal violence on our community?
And one of her points was, you know, we've gotten to this place too where it's like, well, if I can just drink, if I can just fight people, if I can just smoke and then make millions of dollars off it, what's the point in having substance and anything? I think that is very dangerous. I think that is not only dangerous to, and it's not just black women, it's not just black women, black people in general. If that is what we're going towards to find ourselves in media, that idea, we are going backwards, but we are not exploring all different kinds of ways to be you. How do we redefine this genre? I think there has been so many shows that have done it so well that just aren't getting picked up. And if viewership is the issue, then it's like, well, do we need to start dismantling some of these other networks completely? And
with the viewership now, not everyone can afford streaming to promote these shows, especially in the Black community. I think that's done on purpose, because it's statistically, and it hasn't changed for the longest, and I don't think it's ever going to change. Women of color are the leading viewership for any TV besides sports.
Right.
They teach you this in school. So for those that aren't in school and watching, Black women and brown women are the ones running television, but it's usually middle age to older Black women and brown women. Those people don't have social media, and if they do, it's only Facebook, which don't have a lot of ads for television. It's AI ads for apps, for things that they're probably looking for. And now that our phones are dead listening to us, it's things that they're not looking for, which is not shows that we're wanting to watch. There's a show for these women that want it. They're probably looking for it. They just don't know how to get it because of how technology is gearing towards stuff. But from what I've been hearing on the film side, and then this just applies to not only just film as a whole, but Black film, especially Black film, I will say, for any Black creators out there, or just small creators, people in film school, independent is the way to go. And it's because what we were talking about earlier, who's running these companies. The people that are running these companies are businessmen, not filmmakers. When before, the people that were running these companies had a degree not only in business, but also in film. And they loved the game and the money. But now it's just people that love the money, and they're chasing the money no matter where it comes from. And that includes even production companies, because the CEO of production companies, I don't know when the change happened. I do need to do my research on it because I low-key want to do a Substack about it. There was a change of heads of like Disney and things like that. There used to be people that actually loved film and television and did it for the love of the game. And then it switched to these powerhouses that only want money for the company, which is what you don't want to sell your content to. And I hate that we have all the tools, we're just using them wrong. You could do live shows on Twitch instead of filming these shenanigans. You could have, like, have you heard of remember that MTV show? I forgot what it was called. It's like 1-800 something, and they would call in these random people. And I remember this goth girl got really famous for it. I forgot what it's called, but look up this like old MTV shows. It's a live show. You used to call like a 1-800 number up to MTV at the bottom and talk to them. But someone could take that same idea and apply it to their podcast. They could have a live podcast and have these people pay monthly instead of having to scrunch up all this money for equipment or scrunch up all this money to do a tour when you could do your tour from home. Or you could use YouTube instead of putting out these girls squabbling up, fighting, especially on Twitter. You could use Twitter as your YouTube, and then if you know how to use Substack right, you could use Substack right as well, because you could do a subscription, free, paid tier list on Substack. Like there's so many things that you could do
and resources
that all you have to do is just search it up yourself. I feel that Black people and Native Americans and even Latinos, depending on what stories and things like that, their cultures are so based in storytelling and the arts. That's how we got by. Like Black people created drums. Like we created the blues, the rock, all this stuff. We should be in those spaces. There's a reason why we're really good at those spaces. You have to want this. That hunger for the passion you truly wanted is gone. Now it's just, I have to work to live. I have to work to live. But if you're in the mindset of wanting to make money, why can't you apply that to the stuff you like? I cannot live with myself if I neglected my writing. If I knew I was good at it and I could get paid for it, and if I knew I had a niche, which is why I'm in journalism, I have a very special niche for pop culture and audience analysis. I'm gonna get compensated one way or another. Like, I cannot live without doing what I love. And if I know I'm hungry to get paid to do what I love, I'm gonna get it. And that's how I got at the Writers Guild, the Television Academy finalist, because I was hungry.
And you make a really good point. We're in a media age where it's like, I need to survive. Like, I need to survive. I want the money. You know, when it's like, well, why can't, that all can come. There's so many other tools and stuff, but why does it have to be at the expense of exploiting us?
That part.
Why? Filmmakers, screenwriting majors, producers, CTVA majors in college, you guys are the future of film. Also, this genre that is constantly being redefined and redetermined, but it is up to you guys. And ultimately, I think that creating your own thing, writing, expressing, and if that is holding a camera across campus and talking to people, or vlogging, or whatever that is for you, I think it is important that you explore that. I think it's important that we go into these spaces and ask questions and critically think about what are other ways that characters can be looked at and seen, because...
And always challenge yourself with it too.
Absolutely.
You could always do that, but then ask the same questions.
Absolutely.
And you're not learning anything.
And I think then our idea of this young adult genre we might have a better grip on it, because I think right now it is very much fueled by what is something eye-catching, what is something like oh my gosh, but when it comes to,
or chasing the money,
but when it comes to something like what is this made me think, we get a little, we don't really know how to support it. And with that, everyone, this has been the Blackout Podcast. I am Noah, and this was our amazing guest, Brooklyn Fenton. If you have not had the chance yet, please subscribe, like, and follow us on our social media at CSUN Blackout Podcast. And also, what are some links? How can people find you? Your network?
So I am Brooklyn TF Anywhere. It's not for cursing. That is actually my acronyms for my name. And then the Late Bloomer Network and or channel, where you can find us. Hopefully, we'll be launching our first seasons of shows. It's framed as a television channel. We'll be launching our shows that we'll be producing and community work. So look out for us at your nearest farmer's market in the future, in the summer.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in this Substack article, I will link it and provide it in the box under the video. And also, you have a Substack.
Yes, I do. That one is also under PCs and big screens, but it's the Late Bloomer channel. Okay,
cool. So you can find all of Brooklyn's links in our little description bio at the bottom. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So enjoyed this.
Anytime you have topics like this, I'm free. I love this topic.
Okay, well, we'll be back here talking about something different. But thank you guys so much. This has been Noah signing off.